Hey, super learners. Today we're going to continue learning about our animals in winter. And we talked about hibernation a little bit. And today we'll talk a little bit about migration. And if you remember, migration is where you move from one spot to a warmer spot in the winter. So we're going to find out what animals migrate. So this is Migration, an informational text, and it is by Robin Nelson. Many animals move from one home to another. They move with the seasons. So like winter, spring, summer, fall. So different animals or insects travel during different times of the year with the seasons. So we have birds on this side and it looks like whales on this side. Yeah, whales. These birds live in one place for part of the year. Then they go to live in another place for part of the year. So we know what kind of animals these are. We talked a little bit about them. Yep, these are geese. And remember, if it's only one, it's goose, like duck, duck, goose. But if there's more than one, it's called geese, like mouse and mice. This cycle is called migration. Say migration. It's when they migrate, when they move from one place to another. A cycle is a pattern that happens over and over again. So our cycle, if you remember back when we talked about the little snowflake, it starts off in the cloud, it comes down as snow, it melts, and then it goes back up to the cloud and it keeps going. In the fall, birds migrate south to warmer places. So starting in like September, October, you might see more birds in our area where we live compared to like Virginia, New York, Maine, all those places way up there. So you're going to see more birds down here. In the spring, so March, April kind of time, they migrate back north. So they have like a summer home, which is not really a summer home, it's a winter home, and then they go back to their spring home. So it's not just geese, it's a lot of different types of birds. Like here's a little duck. Hey, duck, duck, goose. Monarch butterflies also migrate to keep warm. Some fly from Canada all the way to Mexico. So I don't have a map in front of me, but I'm going to use the back of the book real quick. So we are kind of like, if this is a map of the United States, so like California is over here, North Carolina, Florida, all of us are over here. So the way it happens, so we live like around, if we're not on the book, if we're on the map, it'd be like around this area for North Carolina. Canada is like up here, not even on our United States map. It's like the neighbor above us. All right, so they can sometimes fly from Canada up here all the way down through the United States, past the United States, down like where my hand is, in a place called Mexico. So Mexico and Canada are kind of like our neighbors of the United States. So butterflies, the monarch butterflies can fly from up here all the way down here to Mexico. It's really cool. It's a very long journey for them though. And it's beautiful. When we talk about butterflies, I'll show you a video of them doing that. It's really cool. And the monarch butterflies are the ones with like the beautiful bright orangey, yellowy color. In the spring, whales migrate to cold water to eat. In the fall, they swim to warm water to have families. So their timing is a little bit different than ours. So in the springtime, right after it starts to get warm again. They want to go to cold places because that's where they want to eat. And then once it starts to get cooler again, then they go to warm water to have their families. Because whales have babies. Salmon, or is a type of fish, are born in rivers, which are like little bodies of water is what we call them. And they migrate to the ocean. So all of these little water streams, like streams, rivers, lakes, eventually they all lead somewhere to an ocean. It's pretty cool. So salmon start in a little river and they end up in the big ocean. But they migrate back to the river to have their babies. It's pretty cool. I feel like there's a Magic School Bus book about migration and about salmon specifically. It's pretty cool. Many animals migrate from place to place. They migrate to find food or to have younger like their babies. So this looks like maybe elk or reindeer. Thinking more reindeer. Yes, reindeer are real. Okay. It says learn more about whale migration. We're actually not going to learn more about that, but I want to use the map to kind of show you what happens with the monarch butterflies. So up here is, so here's where we live in the United States. We would be like over here, kind of in this area. So the monarch butterflies can start from like up here and they fly all the way down to the other neighbor, Mexico. So it's nice to have this map right here to show you rather than my pretend book map. All right, a couple more migration facts. Animals migrate to be warm, to look for food, or to have families. Most birds migrate in flocks or groups of birds. So a flock is a group of birds all together. Caribou or reindeer migrate in a group called a herd. So when different groups of animals get together, they have different names for their groups. So like a group of fish is called a school of fish, which is kind of cool because we're in school. So birds, when they're together, they fly in a flock. And then reindeer or caribou, they travel in a group called a herd. Not like I heard what you said, but a herd, like a group of animals. Gray whales migrate the longest distance. So they're kind of like with the butterflies, they have a long way to go. Gray whales migrate in groups called pods. So we have flocks, we have herd, and now for whales, we have pods. Every year, monarch butterflies land in the same trees in Mexico. So it's like that their body knows this is the tree that I'm supposed to be in. It's super cool. It's called instinct. Like I said, we'll learn more about it later, but it is super cool. When monarch butterflies migrate, they fly alone during the day, but they rest in groups at night. So those are just some fun facts about migration. We'll be listening to some other stories about how other animals, more about hibernation, more about migration. And then our last one that we'll be talking about is adaptation. So how they change to fit their situation. So again, migration, I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you later, okay? Toodaloo.